Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Marvel Legacy, issue 1. So yes, I just finished reading this one. I wanted to get a review right up. I got the gatefold cover edition. I don't like, though, that the gatefold cover doesn't fill up the whole entire issue, so it gets a little bent, so I don't love that, so it's kind of hard to keep this in good condition, so I don't love that part, that there's not any protection here. But let's get into the stories. So there is a lot of different artists on this book, and I will say overall I did like the art. I didn't find there to be any artists where I'm like, oh wow, okay. There wasn't anything that felt too jarring, but at the same time there are a lot of different stories and a lot of different artists, so be warned for that. Now, talking about the stories, we get to see a lot of characters showcased. I would say, weirdly enough, the character we get to see showcased the most is Ghost Rider. So that's going to be going into Spirits of Vengeance, where we saw a big fight with him, so I guess we'll see how that goes. And at first I thought he was the one talking about Legacy, but we find out who's actually narrating the book by the end, which, spoiler alert, was Valeria Richards. So we are definitely getting more Fantastic Four, and I love that ending. I really like that it was her doing it, because she is a Legacy character of her own. She has her parents, and she's the children of, Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. So I like it was in her point of view, and obviously just bringing the Fantastic Four back is great. And I like the words she had to say of what Legacy means, and it really shows that they're trying to blend the new and the old together, and not forgetting what came in the past, but also not forgetting what they've done in these legacies that have been withheld. So I enjoyed that. I like that. I feel like there are some times in the narration, though, where I didn't know exactly what they wanted to say, where it's like, wait, did you like it, going back to the old school? Do you like that these new characters? But again, I think it's because they're trying to mix both, is the kind of direction they're going with the narration. Other characters, other spoiler alert, I guess, the big moment in this issue is the official return of Wolverine. So I did get spoiled for this. A lot of websites reported on it with it in the headlines, so I did get spoiled that Wolverine was returning. I feel like it hasn't been long enough still that Wolverine's been dead, and I think a big reason is because of Old Man Logan. I wish that Old Man Logan wasn't so prevalent in the Marvel Universe that we could actually miss this Logan, but of course I love Wolverine, so I am excited to see him back. It just kind of takes away a little bit from the death, but I also like that it was Jean saying, oh cool, he's back. Like, it was her who realized, and he came back when she went to the statue, so I enjoyed that. And then other things we get to see is other Legacy characters, like Sam, he's going to be going back to Falcon. We have Thor, Jane, who really doesn't know what's going to happen next with her mantle, and obviously that's going to go into the death of, I think it's the death of Jane Foster. It's either death of Jane Foster or death of Thor, but I believe it's death of Jane Foster it's called. So we're going to get that storyline, and we get to see Odin's son. It looks like he's going to go back to his mantle. And then Riri, she just kind of is there. I mean, she doesn't have much to do in the issue, but they're just trying to, like, make a fun scene saying, look, this is kind of like the new Avengers. And also you get a little hint that, of course, Iron Man's coming back. We all knew that from the Marvel Legacy stuff. So a lot of returns in general. We get some teases of the British Broadcasting Network, of the BC 10,000 year storyline that we're going to get, which I wasn't really invested in. I'm still not truly invested in, but I still want to see the whole Odin's son Phoenix relationship that was teased in Generations Thor, so I'm interested to see where that goes, I guess. But I felt like they concentrated a lot on that, and I wasn't as invested in that story. But those are pretty much the big ones. Again, you get some smaller scenes with, like, Human Torch and Thing, of them having hope that the Fantastic Four is going to come back. We do get to see the Infinity Gems. That was interesting. The Infinity Stones, whatever you would like to call it. I know they call it differently now in the movies, but I feel like it's just because of the movies they're adding that, so I really don't know how to feel about that section. Loki is looking for the Infinity Gems, so you got that going on. I felt like that was kind of pushed in. So yeah, there's just a lot of meat here. There's just a lot going on. And I definitely liked parts of it. I was not bored by this issue. There's a lot of content and it's worth the $5.99. But I will say they try to, the way it skips onto the stories, it's kind of, it's hard to fully get into it. You know, you compare this to like DC Rebirth. I think DC Rebirth was such a good issue because it was following really one character, a return of a character we all love. So I feel like having maybe Wolverine tell the story or really seeing Valeria throughout the whole issue would have helped to have a bit of a structure with this issue, because that was the biggest, I think, failure of the book, is that they try to just do so many teases in one that it doesn't feel like a full story. It just kind of feels like a tease book more than anything, and that is a bit of a disappointment. But the teases we do get are solid. I mean, nothing that I'm like, oh my god, that just happened, just because there are just a lot of returns that I think we all expected. I think the only oh my god moment I got was like, oh my god, Ghost Rider is getting a lot of screen time for being Ghost Rider. That was my only oh my god moment, and obviously that wasn't a shocker type moment. That was just like, oh, okay. Go Ghost Rider, I guess. So overall, I gave this issue 3.5 stars. It wasn't bad, but I also feel like there could have been more opportunities to make this a really brilliant book. But I feel like some parts just felt rushed just to make this a teaser book more than a full story. But let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the issue? This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.